Hey guys, this is Ada coming in with a quick word. Um, what we're going to talk about today, guys, is drug use and witchcraft. Okay, we know that the Greek word for drugs is pharmakia, and that means sorcery. Because a lot of times, if someone is using drugs or alcohol, that alters the mind and that puts you in a different state. And a lot of times, the heavier the drug is, the more weird the behavior become. So what we're seeing now in this society, we're seeing a lot of people in altered consciousness due to drug use. And what happened when you alter your conscious? Something else come in. When you alter your mind, then you'll open the doors to the demonic realm, and they can come in and take up residence with everything that we're seeing, with the murders, with the crimes, with the rapes, with assaults upon children. A lot of this is because people have opened themselves up to demonic spirits, because the church have become so carnal minded that we don't believe that these things exist, and because we don't believe, they are wreaking havoc on society. Now, we're in the world, but not of the world. But what is the church's job in the world? We're to be praying and casting out demons as Jesus commanded us. He said, you would do greater works than these. So what does he mean? We would do greater works because on the day of Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit came, it endowed us with power from on high. And with that, we have the Holy Spirit in us, and we have the ability to go out and do everything that Jesus said for us to do. So with that being said, guys, we're going to talk about the perversion that these entities enjoy. A lot of times where there's high rates of prostitution, high rates of drug use, you will see a lot of darkness. And when I say gross darkness, guys, because you know what? Those individuals have opened themselves up to the dark world, to the dark realm. And we see a lot of spiritual wickedness in those areas where there's high drug use. Some of the things you may see in those areas may be poverty. You may see a lot of early death, just a lot of antisocial behavior, a lot of mental illness. And we see all these things because of the perversion of mind. You know, there may be a lot of crime in those areas, which now we're seeing it at astounding rate everywhere, whether it's a poverty-ridden area or even in the best of neighborhoods, guys. Because one thing we need to understand, money doesn't mean wealth. Money doesn't equate with wealth. When you have money, you may have riches, but true wealth comes with a state of mind. And true wealth is built over time. But what we're seeing today, we're seeing people become millionaires overnight. And a lot of times, there's many of them, because they haven't sought the Lord and they haven't got it through him, they are getting it, they're going around getting this wealth, getting this money or riches in demonic ways. Because just like the Lord give us the wisdom to get wealth, the enemy give his people the mind, I can't say wisdom, but the mind to get riches. So with that being said, guys, with all these doors that we're seeing being opened through drug use or anything that alters the mind, we're seeing high rates of child mortality. And it's really sad. But what the Lord has shown me, this gross darkness that's covering the land is going to have to be dealt with by the church. The church of Jesus Christ is going to have to rise up and do what was commanded by Jesus. He said you would do greater works. We are to be a light in this dark, dark world. And guys, I had an incident where a young lady ran on my porch, running away from a boyfriend who was probably gonna do something, but because the God had me stationed where I am, and this is a fairly decent neighborhood, guys, but he's the relative of someone, so I intercede and talk to both of them. But how it may have turned out really bad had I not been attuned to what the Lord was doing, or I was want to separate myself from those who I felt were beneath me, are the lepers. So now is the season. We can no longer separate ourselves, guys, because it's everywhere. And the church is going to have to come up and be the church and do as Jesus commanded us to do. So guys, if this video has been helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. If you feel like someone else can benefit, please share it.